Hi there, my name's Tim. I'm the author of this book, The Ecological Thought, and I wrote it in English about 10 years ago. It was my favourite book to write from a purely writing point of view, because I just wrote it in 3 pages, and then I just kept adding more and more sentences to those 3 pages until the whole thing was ready. So I feel myself like it's one of my most integrated books, and I feel like it's one of the most solid kind of through composed arguments that I've ever made. I'm really, really proud of it, and I'm really honoured that Zulma chose this one to publish first. That's so great. I'm trying to argue that, ecological thinking means that we realize that we're all interconnected in some way, more or less, in this thing that we call the biosphere. And that this means that traditional concepts that we have, like nature, don't really work, because nature implies that, there's something over there, called nature, something over there, right? Like, or maybe it's in here, maybe it's in my genes, but it's never actually this thing, right here. But precisely that's the issue. The ecological awareness means that we are part of a biosphere and we have an effect on it. It's very simple, but the implications for thinking are incredibly profound. One of the things is that the beings in this network, the beings in this biosphere, when you really start to chew this idea that we're interconnected, actually become very sort of weird and strange and uncanny, because we're sort of like them, but we're not like them, to be very simplistic about it. And this also implies that, in a funny way, these beings are kind of more like the people that we call people than they are like objects, in the traditional sense of sort of objectified entities, and they are, we're as capable of being people as they are, if you see what I mean. If we're going to think about a computer virus as a thing that sort of functions in this world, then a computer virus isn't that different from a virus. And if you think a virus is alive, then you might have to think that a computer virus is alive. So, the idea that ecological awareness means dealing with these kinds of beings, like foxes and birds, rather than computer viruses and oil tankers, is clearly mistaken from a deep philosophical point of view, and obviously from a practical and also political point of view. So I hope this book really helps ecological awareness and politics, because it's a foundational book. It shows you kind of the wiring under the board of why ecological action is the right action to be doing at this time.